Hey, everybody, good afternoon. How are you guys doing today? I hope and pray that you are having a fabulous day. Today is February 3rd. Can you believe it? February 3rd. We're finally in the second month of 2021, and I hope that you are accomplishing the financial goals that you have set for 2021. Today, I want to talk to you about well, first let me tell you what this show is all about. This show is called Lunch and Money Talk with Clyrese. I'm your host, Clyrese Minor, and I wanted to do this show. It's only about 10 minutes long, so I don't want to take up too much of your time. But this show is all about just giving you tips and strategies on how you can change your finances for the rest of your life, not just for today, but for tomorrow and for generations to come. So, again, I am Clarice Minor. I am your financial consultant. I own Financial Bondage Broken, where I said we help men and women just like you change their finances, not just for today, but for generations and generations. So, today's Lunch and Money Talk is titled Three Things to Do with Money to Become Financially Free. This time of the year is tax time, tax season. So a lot of people are excited because I hear people say this is the time of the year where I'm rich. Well, guess what? You don't have to be rich just once a year. If you follow these three basic principles and strategies, you can start having financial freedom or that rich status for the rest of your life. Don't wait until tax time when you have this large amount of money. If you are faithful over the few things, God said, I will make you rulers over many things. So you want financial freedom, you want to be rich, follow these three steps right now. These three basic steps right now so that you can have financial freedom. All right. So like I said, it's tax season. The government is fighting in the office about how much money they're going to send out to the American people who are struggling. They're fighting about should they send out another $1,400 check or should they just wait and battle it out. But I'm here to tell you, let's stop waiting for this time of the year and let's stop waiting for the stimulus checks because you can be financially free before then. All right. So what do you need to do? These large sums of money is coming in. They're coming. When they're coming, I don't know, but they are coming. Tax season is definitely here and it's definitely coming. So what are some things that you can do? All right. So I'm giving you three things to do with your money so that you can be financially free. So the first thing is pay the bills that are behind. When you get your tax refund check, if you get one, depending on how much you get, whether you get a little bit or whether you're getting $5,000, $12,000 this year, use it wisely by paying off those bills that have grown and are putting you behind. So what bills am I talking about? Your monthly expenses. Are you behind in your rent? Pay your rent and maybe even pay another month, depending on how much money you have. Is your electric bill behind? Pay that debt off, pay it off so that the following month you can start really implementing some other things, like putting your money towards other things like your debts. Okay. But I'm going to get to the debt thing in a minute. But I want you to pay your bills and catch them up. And if not, get ahead of them. All right. You will see a decrease in how much money you are spending out. If you're keeping your budget, you will see a decrease, right? Because you're not paying all these late fees. Now, the late fees may be 10, 20, some of them are or maybe even $5. But guess what? Those late fees add up. So if you're paying late fees every single month, right? So let's say you're paying $10 a month. They're charging $10 per month every month that you're late. So you multiply 10 times 12, that's $120 a year. So if you multiply that 120 times 5, how much is that? Let me do the calculations in my head real quick. 5 to 60, $600 a month, a year on late fees. Late fees. So let's start saving some money. Use this period of time where you have a lot of past due bills, catch them up and then stay ahead. That's how you save money as well. And you will start seeing hundreds of dollars being allocated just sitting in your account after you paying your bills. Now you're like, what do I do next? I'll tell you what you do next. Next, you boost start your emergency savings fund. Boost or start your emergency savings fund. Now, many people will say you need to have 3 to 6 months of an emergency savings. And what is your emergency savings? It's all of your monthly expenses that you need to live off of. All right. So your rent or your mortgage, electric, food, insurance, things like that, things that you cannot live without. All right. Now they say 3 to 6 months because that's a pretty good cushion. If you have 3 to 6 months, and plus it's easier to get to, it don't take as long. But I say you push for 6 to 12 months. All right, 6 to 12 months, because let's say right now the world is going through a pandemic, right? Many businesses have closed. Many organizations have downsized. So many people are still unemployed after what we're going on a whole year of being unemployed, right? So if you had 6 to 12 months, if not more, then you would have a nice cushion to fall back on. And then as you get like smaller jobs just to help you stay afloat, at least that could be, the extra money or the things that you can use to pay off debts. All right. So 6 to 12 months. Also, what if we weren't going through a pandemic? Let's say we're not going through a pandemic and you lost an income. All right. So it takes about 3 to 6 months to find a new job in our current economy. 3 to 6 months well, not in our current economy, but in other economies as well, even good economies, it takes about 3 to 6 months to find another job. So you find another job, your first paycheck, you wait for your first paycheck, maybe about a week, 2 weeks, and then you have that check. And guess what? It's not as big as you expect it to be because it might be short. You got orientation, they pay a certain amount for orientation. It's not going to be as much as you expect. So you're getting your next checks. But then 3 months, 1 month or 3 months later, now you're getting health insurance. You got your 401k coming out. You have all these deductibles coming out now. And now your paycheck is even smaller. So you still have to rely on that emergency savings, right? So that is why I say have 6 to 12 months, if not more, into emergency savings. Now it's not going to be easy. It's not going to just come like right away. No, it's going to cause you to discipline yourself and take time out to budget so that you can build up to that. And you set smaller goals so that you can reach that point. But you have to know what's going in and coming out, right? And that's what you're doing with a budget. All right. So now that you have your tax refund or your stimulus check, you've paid all your bills up, they're doing well, you've got your emergency savings, you boosted it up, but now you want to pay off some debts. What do you do to pay off debts? What if you already have all those two things in place? You're doing good on your bills. You got your emergency savings account is looking good, but you still have debts, right? You still have debts. So just pay off the credit cards, whether they're big or small, pay them off. If you can't pay them off with your tax refund or your stimulus checks, guess what? At least you put a nice punch into those debts. And now you can relax, right? You can relax, right? So these are some three things that you can do. I'm going to repeat them again so that you don't forget. And I want you to take action. I don't want you to wait. So pay the bills off or catch them up or get ahead of them. You want to be ahead of them. And the best way to do that is by having a business, not a business, I'm sorry, being able to budget, right? Being able to budget, build or boost your emergency savings fund, right? And then last but not least, pay off debts. Now you might be saying, why would I pay off my debts and start put save for emergencies and then pay off debts? Because guess what? Life happens, ladies and gentlemen, whether we are going through a global pandemic or not, life still happens. And guess what? When life happens and you don't have anything to fall back on, your good payment statuses that you are doing, and you've made these arrangements with these creditors and your credit card companies, you may fall behind because you don't have anything to fall back on when life happens. So that's why I say build your emergency savings and then start paying off your debt so that you can be successful throughout the span of your financial freedom journey. All right. So let's get it going, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just do better with our finances so the next economic, whether it's personal, national, or global economic struggle comes our way, we will be able to be successful and it won't hurt us as much. All right. So I want you to be prepared for those situations. And that's why I started Financial Bondage Broken. And I wanted to provide this platform, this show for you so that you can get some reliable and helpful information and tools that's going to help you change your life. All right. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching Lunch and Money Talk with Clyrese Minor. If you have any questions about any of the content that I provided today, send us an email, send us a private message, or just leave a comment and we will get back to you. If not that day, we will also answer some questions on the next show next week. We air every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can catch this on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube on our YouTube channel. All right. God bless you. And you guys have an amazing week. See you next week. Bye.